everyone. Um, Pardon, my voice is still wanting to go away with me. Um, yes, everyone, it is me again, and I really do seem to fail at getting these things up on time. I need to start recording these on Thursday. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I need to record these on Thursday so I can get them posted on Friday, because it seems Friday, for the past few weeks, have been absolutely crazy for me. Yeah, anyway. So this week we're talking about heroes, which is always a fun topic for anybody. I'm going to try and keep this one a little briefer than my villains rant thing, because with heroes, I don't have quite as much to say about heroes. But I can definitely go along with Aaron's whole thing about not liking whiny heroes, which sometimes is really hard to find. Heroes, protagonists, whatever the heck that you actually want to call them. Technically, they're the heroes of the story, even if it isn't a superhero, like, story. They're still considered the hero, or whatever. So yes, I hate whiny heroes. As soon as they start whining, yeah, then there is a bit of a problem. I will put the book down and I generally will not read it ever again. Because it's like, even if the writing is really, really good, just because obviously the character wasn't thought out very well. So, there are times where characters can be whiny. Like in a current book that I'm reading called Mogworld, which is taking me forever to read because I have no free time right now. It's the main character. It's kind of a spoof off of like World of Warcraft or any of those like fantasy games and whatnot, and just kind of loosely off of like those and the world that they're in and yada yada. Well, essentially the main character was in training to be a mage, and his school comes under attack and he is killed, essentially. This is within like the first chapter of the book, so I'm not really ruining anything for you. Be speaking that the whole story is after he's dead. And essentially, this necromancer brings him back to life, which he's not very happy about, because he didn't have a good life before he died, and he just wanted to stay dead. So, he's whiny, I can't really say whiny, he complains a lot about what happens throughout the story, like, it's a lot of effort, and so, like, stuff that he never really asked for, but just trying to get back to where he wanted to be, he has to go and do this. So he's kind of that reluctant hero. They're some of my favorite types of heroes, the reluctant ones. Like Harry Potter. He just wants to be a normal kid. He just wants to be a normal wizard. But all these things keep falling in his lap, and he has to take care of them, and eventually, towards the end, like with Mogworld as well, he finally takes it into his own hands and says, you know what, this isn't going to stop until I make it stop. So I'm just going to accept it, and I'm going to face it head on. So again, it's kind of that reason they have a reason to kind of complain a little bit when things happen, when all you want to do is be normal, or you just want to go back to where you were. But eventually you just realize it's not going to happen, and you buck up, and you're just kind of like, okay, I'm going to face this head on, finish this, so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. But yeah, heroes can be, in both of those cases, it is an incredibly complicated and very fine line to keep them from going from, like, a plausible amount of complaining and whining to, I'm just going to be a whiny brat. So, they're very, very, very complicated. Some of my other favorite heroes I can use. I really don't want to use too many, but a couple other heroes to check out that I really like. Iron Man, love Iron Man. Well, Batman too. Batman too. They both have specific reasons why they're doing the things that they are doing. So definitely go check out their backstories. They're really quite interesting. If you're gonna go check out Batman, check out the comics. He's not as don't or even the new movies. They did a good job with that, where he's not. But some of the cartoons, they made Batman a little whiny for my taste. But the new movies, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, awesome. They're great. Iron Man, again, anything Iron Man works. X-Men. Go check out X-Men. There's tons of heroes, tons of villains. Each with a different story, each for a different reason why they're doing what they're doing. It's awesome. So that's a great research area to check out. Say, hey, I need help figuring out motivation for something. I'll go look up the backstories and see why this person became a hero, why this person became a villain, and so on, and so on. Superman is a different kind of hero, really. He basically is kind of like that, it's the Spider-Man line, with great power comes great responsibility type thing. I wasn't really much into Superman when I was younger, so I don't know if there's a complete backstory as why he decides to use his powers the way that he does and become Superman. I'm not quite sure. That would be interesting. I might want to look that up. But yeah. Another thing that I really like with some characters is their ability to switch back and forth between the good side and the bad side. Because some really have, like, this strong belief. Like in X-Men, Magneto. He doesn't... Like, he basically is just on the side of killing humans and anybody who gets in his way because of something that he really, truly, strongly believes. He really believes that humans are the weaker race because they've been treating mutants so badly for so many years. And he really thinks that they need to pay, they need to be the lesser race. And it doesn't help that he was a, I'm going to give a bit of a backstory, so if you don't want to know exactly behind him, then yeah, you can plug your ears and go la 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 for a little bit. But yes, and he has an interesting backstory. He was in the Holocaust. He was born in Germany. He was a child when the Holocaust happened, and his parents were taken away from him and killed in one of the concentration camps, and he was taken away from them, and that's where his powers decided to come out, when they were trying to separate them, because he was going to be used for labor because he was younger. And he actually has the tattoo on the back of his head because of that. So he's a really, really interesting character because he has the motivation behind it. He had a horrible life. He was and he was on the side of good for a while, but it wasn't getting the, like, I guess, the results that he wanted fast enough. And so he realizes when he's able to, like, realize when he needs help or when, like, everything, like, when the side of good needs help. So he's willing to switch back and forth. I mean, he's still best friends with Professor Xavier. I mean, he really only does it because that's the only way he feels it can be done. In all truth and honesty. Same thing with Hellboy's Prince Nuada. The reason he does things is just because the reason he acts the way that he does is because he believes that's the only way to help his people, the only way to be able to get a result and help. Yeah. So, yes, heroes. I love them. Wow, I had a lot more to say about them than I thought I did. Way to go, me. Yeah, so I'm going to cut it off here so this doesn't get too long and rambling because I did the same thing on villains. So, yeah, I could probably ramble and rant about these forever. And if I think of anything, I'll go post it in a free week, which I do believe we have coming up. So I'm going to check that. Ooh. Would be nice if I would just set myself up with this so I don't have to keep typing it in every time. Hotel Riders. Schedule. Oh, actually, next week is a free week. We can talk about whatever the heck that we want. Which is always an interesting topic. So, yeah, I will see you next week. I will actually try to post this on time next week, so that Aaron can stop glaring at me because I can't seem to post on time. So anyway, I will see you next week, and have a fun weekend, and join us again on Monday for Aaron. Bye!